Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to you as well. Today we're doing a little bookish vlog. I'm really excited about this one. I've gotten back in my reading era and I'm excited. I'm just excited. We are here at Ed McKay's and I'm really excited because I'm going to look for some books and I'm going to talk to you guys about what I've been reading lately. So pulled up to Winston-Salem Ed McKay's. It frustrates me I don't have the McKay's nearby anymore, and I really could not find any of the books in the series that I'm reading. I found the series aisle, I found all of the books by the author. She also wrote the Inheritance games, but I literally just could not find the book I needed. So it's a couple of days later. Our trip to Ed McKay's did not merit what I wanted it to merit. I could not find for the life of me any of the books in the series that I'm reading, so I did end up getting a book though. This is Family of Liars by E. Lockhart. This is the prequel, I believe, to We Were Liars. Probably about 2 or 3 years ago on Book Talk, We Were Liars went viral. Like, everyone was like, oh my goodness, it's so good. The twist at the end, like, everyone lost it. I really like the way that book was written. I enjoyed the twist. I enjoyed the pacing of the book. So I went and got Genuine Fraud, which is by the same author, and it sucked. I really did not like it. The pacing was not the same. The story wasn't that interesting. So I'm interested to see how I feel about Family of Liars, since it is within the same, like, universe or within the same storyline. I'm assuming this might be about the parents. Because it just says welcome back to the Sinclairs, and it says 27 years before the events of We Were Liars comes another summer, another generation, and the secrets that will haunt them for decades. So we'll see how this looks and what this feels like. And then today guys, I finished The Naturals, and we need to get into this book. This will be spoiler free. I won't give away the twists and the turns and the shocks and the screams and the oofs. I started reading this book originally on my tablet, right? And I'm not a good tablet reader. I've also been in such an extreme rut when it comes to reading that I probably should have started with a physical book first, but this book is so good. So I think when I started on my tablet, I had read like maybe about 40-50 pages. I finished all of this weekend. I really like the way she writes. It's confusing because she uses very simplistic writing styles, but she'll throw in words. I can't remember the word was, but there was a word that I actually did not know, and that does not happen often. Because like I used to like have to read the dictionary and the encyclopedia, so like even if I don't use a word in my regular language, when I read it, I recognize it. I'm like, oh, I remember that. No, like she'll throw in like $3 words out of nowhere, but the writing is so simple and short. I like the way, like, I like how in movies and books where they throw in red herrings, right? Like, I think I had figured out the plot of this book, or the answer to the big mystery of this book, and then, like, these red herrings started coming in, and I started to doubt myself. Like, I knew, and I was right. Like, my initial thought was right, but the red herrings were so good that I was like, wait a second. But then I was confused because I was like, wait, no, that didn't happen. That didn't work that way. So it's very good. I really like the concept of getting in the head of the killer. I haven't explained what this book is about. So this book, The Naturals, is basically about a young lady that joins a group of other young people. It seems like they're in their late teens, early 20s, who have special abilities to kind of hone in and do criminal behavioral analysis. Cassie, who's the main character, she is able to be like very observant, very analytical, to search for things within a crime scene, to search for things within people, to try to understand them. There's Michael and Leah, who are both like lie detectors. Basically, they can search people's emotions, figure things out. Then there's Dean, who can do the same. Sloane is more of like a tech sleuth, data, like can shoot off data and things like that, and statistics and stuff. So it's very interesting. I don't like the way Sloane's character is written. I don't like Leah's character at all as a person. I really hate her. Like, I grew to dislike her. But it's really good character development for each of them. There are some characters that don't get any development. You don't really get to know them. But I really feel like this has been good. So I would give this, to be honest with you, I'd give this an 8 out of 10. Maybe I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. Like, I would thoroughly enjoy reading this book again. Like, this isn't one of those things where, like, if I had the chance to wipe this from my mind, would I not read it? I would read it again. I'd pick it back up and decide to read it again. And it's also motivated me to pursue the whole series. That being said, I ordered Killer Instincts. I had an Amazon gift card from my job, and I was like, what am I going to use a little measly $10 for? Like, thank you, job. Really grateful. But I'm just saying $10 don't go a long way with Amazon. And this was on sale, and I was able to get it. This is the sequel to The Naturals, Killer Instincts. And it seems like this one might be a little bit longer. Let me see. Because it feels heavier. This one's 375 pages. The Naturals was 308 pages, so it is a little bit longer. This is on the back. It says Cassie Hobbs has a gift for profiling people. Her talent has landed her a spot in an elite FBI program for teens with innate crime-solving abilities, and into some harrowing situations. After barely escaping a confrontation with an unbalanced killer obsessed with her mother's murder, Casey hopes she and the rest of the team can stick to solving cold cases from a distance. But when victims of a brutal new serial killer start turning up the heat, the Naturals are pulled into an active case that strikes too close to home. The killer is a perfect copycat. Oh, I'm not going to give that away. But, because the rest of this gives away something that happens in the first book. But this is going to be good. I love the concept too of like attacking the personal, you know, like, ooh, this is crime, like, but let's attack the personal. I was telling someone the other day, I was like, Criminal Minds is so good, but it got so ridiculous, and the only thing that drew me back in is when they started having the killers kidnapping the profilers or like getting involved in their personal lives, because like, I don't know, there's something about that gets to me. If you guys don't know, I have a criminal justice degree, and a psychology degree. My original life goal was to get into behavioral analysis, but then I decided law enforcement was not for me, so I kind of pivoted, and somehow I'm in insurance now. But this stuff still appeals to me. I still have like a heavy profiler mind, a heavy investigator mind, so like this book's really fun. I'm excited to start reading this one. I haven't. I think we're gonna get cozy and go home, and we'll read a little bit of this, and I'll check up with you guys about how I feel about it once we get that done.
So I was unable to go home, get cozy, and start reading. I had a very busy week ahead of me, but I did not let that stop me. I took my book with me on our way to go see Kid Cudi. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my vlog. I don't know, there's something about Killer Instincts that's causing me to have a harder time starting it, and it scares me. If you guys don't know, I just came out of a very large reading slump where I just wasn't reading at all for enjoyment, so that does scare me a little bit. I also took it to dinner with me on our way right before trivia. I have just been trying to make sure I keep a book with me. When idle time comes, I'm gonna read. And that's been my new rule with myself, especially considering I want to be able to get through this series. I want to be able to enjoy the other books that I have looking forward to. Basically, I need to keep myself reading because object reading stays reading. Is that a thing? Do we consider that a saying? I'm considering it a saying.
Please excuse my general appearance. It is like 90 degrees outside today. It is a record high day, and I'm sweating. I did want to hop in here and tell you guys a little bit how I'm liking this book so far. I think the pace, I'm still reading Killer Instincts. I'm only 35 pages in. I feel like the pace in this one is so much slower. And I don't know if it's because the original book I started reading on my tablet and I'd gotten interest in it from that, and then I got into it at a good point. But this pace is so slow. I am excited. I found out 2 things yesterday that's like book related. So I'm on Killer Instincts. All in Bad Blood are the next 2 books. But apparently the author also wrote another book called 12. So that's coming out soon if it hasn't already. I'm excited about that. Holly Jackson, my favorite, Mrs. The Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Her new book is finally on paperback. I I am on HD, and one of my sensory things is the feeling and the weight of books. So I don't like reading hard books. I love the way they look. I love the aesthetic of a hardcover book. If it's not too gluttonous of me, I would love to have two of my favorite books, one that I can read and one that's just there to look pretty. But so I'm really excited. I forgot what that was called. What is that book called? Oh, so it's called Not Quite Dead Yet. This is going to be her debut adult book because everything else has been YA. So I'm excited about that. And then lastly, I went to go see The Sheep Detective. Really good movie. So me and my best friend Trayvon, we love a good mystery movie. So we go and see any of the like whodunits, any of the mysteries. Like Murder on the Orient Express is like our thing. All of the Knives Out we've watched together when they got on Netflix. We'd sit there and watch in my living room. So we wanted to go see The Sheep Detective because it was still like a whodunit. And I was like, this will be kind of silly and like goofy and lighthearted. We both have been going through a lot. So I was like, I think we'd love that. Girl, why was I crying in people's movie theater? Why was I in tears? We both had some like tears shed. There's a lot of concepts of grief, but also just like knowing yourself and like if being like the black sheep, like the physical concept of that, or being a winter sheep, like the one that everyone shuns away in your family. So it's just really emotional. There's like so many little pieces, like depending on who you are and where you are in life, it could very easily get you emotionally. And then it was just a fun whodunit. It was silly at the moments that it needed to be, serious when it needed to be. I found out that that's a book. That's a book! And I'm back in my reading era, so I'm excited. So my goal for May, since we're in the middle of it, is to finish Killer Instincts and finish Family of Liars. And then when we roll over into June, I'm going to do All In, Bad Blood, and hopefully start The Sheep Detective and the Holly Jackson book. I think I'm probably going to pause and read the Holly Jackson book first, and then do All In and Bad Blood after. But I'm excited.
Well, that pretty much sums everything up. This is my first time doing a more bookish vlog. I really have not been in my reading era the whole time I've been vlogging. So let me know how you feel about this. Also, please go ahead and send some recommendations my way. I do like mysteries, thrillers, those types of books. And I just want to know what you guys have been reading. So thank you guys, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye, everyone.